Hello everyone, welcome to attend our class. Today, we are going to study section 6.7, Forms and Characteristics of Bolted Connections. In section 6.7, we will study the forms and characteristics of bolts and details and strengths of bolts. Ordinary bolts are classified into grade A, grade B, and grade C, in which grade A and grade B are refined bolts, and grade C are rough bolts. The surface of grade C ordinary bolt is rough, and a large space exists between both bar and both hole, which may lead to a large shear slip. But grade C ordinary bolt is convenient to be used during construction and can effectively transfer tension. It's appropriate for resisting axial tensile force. High-strength bolts can be classified into high-strength bolt friction type connection and high-strength bolt bearing type connection. High-strength bolt friction type connection transmits force by the frictional resistance force between the plates, and the shear force should not exceed the friction capacity of the contact surface. High-strength bolt friction type connection should be adopted to resist dynamic load. The ultimate bearing capacity when the bolt is sheared or the plate is crushed is taken as the design criterion. Grade A and grade B ordinary bolts are not widely applied in steel structures because their production and installation are complex and their costs are high. Grade C ordinary bolts, as one rough bolt, are generally used to bear static load and indirectly dynamic load. The shear deformation of high-strength bolt friction type connection is small, and their elastic performance and fatigue resistance are good, which is particularly suitable for structures subject to dynamic load. The shear deformation of high-strength bolt bearing type connection is bigger than friction type, so it is only applicable to resist static load and indirectly dynamic load. The details of a typical high-strength bolt is shown here. We can see that a bolt is configured with a head, a smooth portion, and the thread portion. The thread portion may be excluded or included in the planes transferring shear force. When it is used, a nut of same shape as the head is screwed to the thread portion. Washers should be used between the head or nut and the base materials. The code for design of steel structures provides the design values of bearing capacity of different types of bolts. As shown in this table, the designer can obtain the design values conveniently. That is all for this lesson. See you next time.